It's the same thing with this trip. It didn't make any sense for us to come out here. Why would we? Lockdown is happening everywhere. Costs, flying the whole team out is all costs, and we don't need to. We'll be a lot more profitable just staying in UK. And there was no reason. It's not like I didn't have a meeting or anything that I needed to do here. There was nothing. Inside, I said to Rebecca, I said, we need to be out in US. She said, why? I said, because we need to start setting this thing up. And she told me, she said, everything is on lockdown, so what are you going to set up? And I said, logically that makes sense. Yes, logically, yes, everything's closed, so there's nothing to set up. But we just need to be in US right now. That's all I said. And it's interesting because while we came out here, apart from suddenly some collaborations that just came and some important people that we were meeting in terms of setting up the land development and everything we're doing. And not only that, and I think we kind of like briefly touched on this when you guys first came here today, is when I started to recognize, wait there a second, Jackie's story, she's letting go of 100-acre of land, she's ready to go on this big mission, this vision. And then I'm looking at Paul, I'm looking at Timothy, I'm looking at these people, I'm like, wait there a second, this is the beginning.
Namaste everyone, and welcome to another episode of Awaken Your Consciousness. So today I'm here with Master Shia Karshana. Namaste, Master.
Namaste, everybody.
And we have two beautiful souls from our community, Jackie and Parth. Good to see you guys here. My name is Nishma, and in this episode, we're going to dive deep into the topic of spirituality, law of attraction, manifestation, or anything that's going to help you raise your consciousness to the next level, okay? So it's going to be very interesting. I actually wanted to start off with this question because I've been experiencing this a lot lately while we're going through this 108 spiritual journey, and we're doing the meditation. I did witness something. I saw something at one time during my meditation, and then the next time while we were meditating, I think because I'm expecting a lot because I saw something the previous time, I'm not able to see it again. Is it because, like, does that happen because you expect a lot, or is it just that permission is not granted and you're not allowed to see something? So why? And I realize it's not just me, and a lot of people talk about that. So could you touch on that topic?
Actually, there's so many reasons to why. It could be to do with permission.
Yeah.
And then the question will be, okay, so why did I see it the first time? The first time could be to entice you. In exactly the same way before on previous show, you also talked about your experience with a Sadhguru meditation, that you went you've seen everything and the light and everything. And then for some reason you never had it again.
No.
Even when you do the same practice. Right? And sometimes if, let's say, for example, you're chosen by the universe and they want you to embark on the spiritual journey, they'll need to give you some insight to entice you so that you know, wait there a second, there's more to this. And just with that thought alone, what will that do? That will be guidance because that directs you onto a new journey. I mean, imagine if somebody for the first time gets into spirituality, breath work, meditation, and imagine they get into it. Imagine the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. They don't feel anything. They don't see anything. They don't have any difference. Actually, very soon, they'll be like, this doesn't do anything. So then they will stay in the pure physical and material world so they don't embark on this journey. So sometimes it could be enticing so that it's like, hey, here's a little signal, go a bit deeper. And then there's an interesting question because you asked about permission because it could be the case. It could be the case that, okay, body is not quite ready, or vessel is not quite ready to receive that more, or maybe mind is not even ready to receive a little bit more right now. And then, but I still want you to continue on the journey. Let me let you see another thing and then go, right? But actually, I don't believe that those scenarios is why that happened. And I believe it is more to do with the second time, maybe that expectation was there then. It's like, okay, I believe if I close my eyes now, I'm supposed to see a light. where's the light?
Exactly. Why am I not seeing it?
Which actually corresponds very well to the story you were telling me about before, when you said that Path had a story about lately surrendering and then
Right.
seeing results happen. Because everything's linked. Manifestation is linked. How life is linked. Everything is linked. Meditation is linked.
Yeah. So, Parth, could you actually share something that was quite interesting?
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny when Master is touching on it, that how we are actually given the permissions uh, just to see the visuals when you are starting on this journey. Because when we were doing the Wealth Yogi in June, uh, I was given the thing that I saw was like completely as if it's happening right in front of me. But after that, it was really, really difficult for me to get into that meditation zone. I mean, it was a meditation, but the visuals were never clear. I mean, I know all the tools and techniques to go into that because I've done that. But the permissions, I mean, I guess the permissions were not given. They just want me to continue on this journey. But one thing I know, as we are going on to this 108 journey right now, and the very first thing you said, that while you are on this journey, you must surrender, right? And it's a simple word, surrender, but when you are actually doing that, when you are actually surrendering completely to the process, to the techniques that you are actually giving us, it's like, yes, I'm surrendering, but when something pops up in the individuals, I'm like, what is it, why I'm seeing this, and why am I actually there, or am I just thinking about it? And the fraction of second that I'm in that, I just find myself that I'm coming out of the meditation. So and it wasn't until lately, like a few days ago, I was like, let me just be, and practice the surrender, and I was just trying to go deeper and deeper into meditation, but I just couldn't. So then I realized that surrendering is not something that you force upon. It's something that you
That's an
simply
interesting thing, huh? Forcing to surrender.
exactly.
It's like, where's the surrendering in that?
Exactly. So that I just found myself that I was actually forcing my to surrender in and to go deeper and deeper into meditation. And the reason, the incident that got me connected to this thing was that I actually wanted Timothy, who was here on this show before. I actually wanted him to call me. There were some urgent matters, and he was just not receiving my answer calls. So I was like, let me just practice the surrenders. I've done enough for myself. I've done practice so much for that, for me to go into the meditation. But let's actually do it when it's actually required, right? So I was like, I just closed my eyes. I literally surrendered, because I had nothing to expect. I literally called him like more than 15 times. So I given up. I literally gave up, and I was like, I have nothing to lose. And in that moment, I just surrendered, and I saw his face, and I was like, I saw him pick up the phone. I saw him calling me, and I came out again. It was just a brief 10-15 seconds of my visualization. And the funny thing is that I could actually visualize him doing that. And immediately, the moment I came out of that meditation, within 2 seconds, I received a call from him. Like literally within 2 seconds, and I received a call.
This should be labeled how to manifest a phone call from a specific person instantly within 2 seconds. Huh?
And yeah, and then I realized that surrendering is not something that genuinely you force upon. And when things really, really mean something to you, you let go of those things, and things will come. And you touch base on that when this year was starting, that let go of everything, change your environment, declutter everything, and be courageous enough to surrender to the process, surrender to the energies that are changing right now. If you move with them, you will go far, far, far. And And that's when even I did that. I literally deleted all my videos and all my photos, all my old files and everything. And
You managed to do it. I keep telling her, and she can't do it. I did mine also. Only 2 weeks ago. 4,000 photos and videos.
and it's really working. It's
really
really working. I mean,
Let go of the old and the new comes.
yeah,
in.
it's really, I mean, to my surprise, the results that I'm getting in my meditation, in my business, in my relationship is really working. And I couldn't understand what happened, but only when I look back, I can actually connect the dots that I was courageous enough to let go of everything. And just took that step. So being surrendering to the process, surrendering to the master, surrendering to the techniques that you are giving us is really, really working for me. And I know it has been working for all the colleagues that are doing this journey with us. So it's really amazing how you go deeper and deeper when you actually tell your soul that, you know, it's okay, you are in a safe space right now. And there's a lot more to see. There's a lot more to see. All you need to do is that just surrender, let go of it, and you'll be taken to the places, but you'll be actually seeing the movie of the trailer that you were given in the June. You know, so it's so beautiful feeling.
I think going back to what we were speaking about on the last show, I think it's very important to also understand that the discipline behind it, right? Just like we were saying in the last show, because you are working hard, you are putting the effort in, you're putting the time in. There's actually multiple things when just listening to what you're saying there. The discipline in the practice and the discipline in the actions is there. The setting of the intentions is also there. You set the intention, even manifesting that phone call, you set the intention.
Yep.
You know? And it's very funny when you were explaining it, although it wasn't really like broken down into steps, but it was setting the intention, it was visualizing, when it was actually physically seeing him, feeling him there, that is you tapping into his vibrational frequency. I don't know what Timothy's response to that in that moment. Maybe he just felt that. Maybe that was the plug-in. He felt that plug-in and the cobra started speaking to him. Right? So I don't know what awakened him in that moment and gave him that nudge, but somehow you tapped into his vibrational frequency. Then he suddenly had this urge to give you a call. And so that actually happened. And then also because you had lost all hope from the last few times, you thought he's never going to call me anyway, it doesn't even matter. So you actually let go in that moment and surrendered. So I think that there is a little bit more to the process than, I think, like you said at the beginning, it's easy to say, surrender. And another thing as well that was mentioned just there, and I think is very important for everybody who's watching or listening to this, is that you also said that trusting in the process, trusting in the universe, trusting in the divine. Because somebody can say, okay, I'm surrendering, but some people are surrendering yet at the same time doubtful. They feel they're surrendering. They feel like, yeah, I'm letting go, but what if it doesn't happen? I hope it does, but what if it doesn't? You know, it's kind of like, it's not fully surrendering. And I think this is what actually Grandmaster spoke about, I believe a few calls ago. He said, people who talk about surrendering are not actually fully surrendering. People said, because I think somebody asked a question about how much do you surrender, and then Grandmaster said, there is only one type of surrendering, and that is surrender, like fully. Yeah, that's fully trust. And I think it's very important for people to know that, because some people will be like, oh, okay, oh, wow, you mean delete all my photos and videos and then let go and then everything will go fine? Not necessarily, because you can get rid of things, but if you're doubtful, you're not trusting, it's not that beautiful things are going to come into your life just like that, you know? So I think letting go, surrendering is one thing, trusting that everything is going to be okay, and actually not having doubts and fears there is very important.
Absolutely.
I know Jackie's going through a big thing on surrendering and letting go. You're talking about I don't know how many photos and how many videos you are letting go of. This one is letting go of 100 acres of land.
Yes.
You want to touch on that, Jackie?
You know, so much meat here, right? So much to discuss. I am letting go of 100 acres of land. And when we're talking about, even from our meditation discipline and expectations, we have expectations about everything, right? And yeah, so I even in the small techniques of the expectation of a meditation where we can go, and then going, oh, Master has been equipping us with these tools that we can pull out, right? I'm a freaking yogini. I have these tools in my tool belt. How about I actually apply them and it's not book knowledge anymore? Go figure. You know, and then I'm at the same place. It's like all the universe is just lining it up. I don't know how much clearer he could put, you know, right here on the table. Okay, I'm going to take your home. I'm going to take your land. I'm going to take your chickens, buy a few coyotes, you know, and oh, let's top it off with where's your next money coming from? You know, the truth is, if you don't give it away and you don't allow it, it can be taken. It's like that tap, that little tap, and then it's like the and then it's like the jack slap, right? And so
That's what we were saying before, that you were mentioning about what we previously discussed, is that sometimes if the universe is, you're feeling this calling, you're feeling that desire, and you're holding back. Universe knows you're holding back, yet at the same time you're feeling it. Universe needs to arrange it for you, right?
Right.
It's kind of like, okay, I see you. You're in a bit of misalignment there, and you want to move forward, but you're not moving forward. Let me take it away from you, and then force you into that position. You know, so
it is, and it has literally worked out. I mean, I think you gave me a warning last year. You know, you need to do this, you need to purge, you need to give away things. Let the energy, you know, energies want to come in. This is going to be a rush this year. Let these things go. And I like purge a little, and then I hold on a little, you know. And then for me personally, my testimony, the universe just has to freaking exhaust me. I mean, that's just being honest. And I have been exhausted a lot in my life, you know. And I surrender white knuckled, you know, like this. And through this last 30 days, it's like, okay, even in our meditation, it's like, okay, I'm there, I'm going, I'm being quiet, and then I'm starting to think. And then I've learned with some tools, breathe into it, you know, and allow yourself to let down. Breathe yourself and let down, and then I'll move a little farther, right? Instead of totally throwing myself out of the game. That's my whole life application, right? I have pushed myself to the past the break. So I break and I break and I break. So now I'm getting a little, hopefully wiser, that I'm going, okay, this is what this feels like. I can feel it coming. Maybe I surrender while I'm not bleeding this time, right? You know what I'm saying?
it takes some time to recognize that, doesn't
Oh
it?
my gosh.
Like for some people, many years, many trials and tribulations, and then through that time, you kind of like, oh, I kind of missed it last time, and oh, I'm kind of getting the signal. Maybe that's the right signal, and it takes time before you find that. What is that fine balance? So,
Right.
am I supposed to let go? Am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to, you know?
And it is. It's that fine, as you said before. It's the brake. It's the gas. It's the brake. It's the gas. But now I know the resonance. I know the feeling. I know the quickening, and I also know from all the bad experiences that if I trust and I do surrender, I'm pushed into this current of flow that always turns out for my best, right? And so now I have that resounding, it's the right thing. It's the right thing. I don't know where I'm going, but it's the right thing.
And would everybody agree here that it's a lot of the time it's not so logical?
Oh, totally.
Like the decisions don't make that much sense. Actually, it's an interesting one that we speak about this because it's including this LA trip. Now we're in LA. It's the same thing with this trip. It didn't make any sense for us to come out here. Why would we? Lockdown is happening everywhere. Costs, flying the whole team out is all costs, and we don't need to. We'll be a lot more profitable just staying in UK. And there was no reason. It's not like I didn't have a meeting or anything that I needed to do here. There was nothing. Inside, I said to Rebecca, I said, we need to be out in US. She said, why? I said, because we need to start setting this thing up. And she told me, she said, everything is on lockdown. So what are you going to set up? And I said, logically that makes sense. Yes, logically, yes, everything's closed. So there's nothing to set up. But we just need to be in US right now. That's all I said. And it's interesting because while we came out here, apart from suddenly some collaborations that just came and some important people that we were meeting in terms of setting up the land development and everything we're doing. And not only that, and I think we kind of briefly touched on this when you guys first came here today, is when I started to recognize, wait there a second, Jackie's story, she's letting go of 100 acre of land, she's ready to go on this big mission, this vision. And then I'm looking at Paul, I'm looking at Timothy, I'm looking at these people, I'm like, wait there a second, this is the beginning. Like, I know this morning I left the conversation open, but I think that's how it is. That's enough at this stage, because the seed is there. Regardless, over the next weeks, over the next months, something is there. And I believe everything will start to manifest, because it just so happens that all of us have something in common in this space. And that commonality is that you are ready. You are ready. You are ready. We don't need to pin it down and say ready for what. But we just know that next thing, bigger thing. And there is a commonality in the vibration of what that thing is. And it is that development.
That's beautifully said. Yes, thank
So
you
everybody watch this space.
Yeah, honestly, like
There's some big project is coming.
honestly, yeah, like I'm getting so many aha moments just
And
listening
you
to
can
your
have
shares
so
and
many more
everything.
chickens here.
Yes, more chicken. Yes, lovely. Wow, that's beautiful. So, guys, I hope you guys learned a lot from their shares
Oh,
and
you
what
just left
Master.
them on this hanger.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we
land.
can go on and on and on forever about this topic, but we're gonna bring that on onto the next show. But for now, guys, that's all. And thank you so much for your shares, beautiful shares. Thank you so much, Master, for everything. And so hope if you guys liked it, so please give this a big thumbs up and let us know in the comments what you enjoyed, what your thoughts were on this video, and also what you would like us to discuss in the next video. That's always good to know. We can bring that up. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well as hit the notification button. That's a bell sign, by the way, on the side. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Thank you.